see. I'm wanting to get up my repair, sorry, my miscellaneous building, because from what I think you can actually get, when you repair these, it actually makes them up to 500 if you've got maximum. So I want to keep those at the moment. I've got plenty of parts for nail gun, and I've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nail guns. I've got 2 chainsaws. I can buy those if I ever need to. These are just so basically for my toolbox. Next one around is my food and my medical supplies. So as you can see, I've got over 600 meat, plenty of potatoes, and plenty of what do you call them, corn. So you can make up meat stew very easily. So I can make up probably 2 or 3 meat stews. That makes too much. So
Right, I'm here with my second attempt at streaming. I haven't had anybody get on my stream yet. I don't know whether I'm doing something wrong. If somebody gets on here for some reason, watches it and wants to let me know if there's something I've got to upload to my YouTube page, that would be much appreciated. What's the day? 89. So we're looking at 2.5 days before the next horde comes. So what I'm going to do at the moment is I think I need to make up some asphalt, which meant I had to get I had everything, but I didn't have oil shale, and I can't remember where I put the oil shale. It was yesterday night that I should say last night, that I actually got it and brought it back. So somewhere it should be over here in my stash. I'll take food here because I need to get up my minimum maximums, or maximums I suppose is all. So there's my oil shale. 65 should be enough. I'll go and have a look at, where's my concrete mixer? Oh man, now I have my concrete mixer. Should be one in here. I think it is stone, sand and oil shale. Concrete mixer right there. To make asphalt, because as I said, I want to start by hiding my entrance to my underground. Right, so I can make let's make 13. So I can hide my entrance to my underground fall pit. What I want to do that for is because people can see it's there. I'm going to start stashing my forges, my concrete mixers down there, because I want to start making cement. That will obviously get to the point where I can start building the walls on it. Main aim being that I don't want anybody coming down or be able to bust through the side and actually get to into my fall pit, because ultimately my fall pit has to at some point end up going through to my main base, which is going to be that building obviously. So what am I doing up here? I need to get down there and have a look in the concrete mixer. So I've got 8. I'm going to take that asphalt, put it in the free slot, wait for the other ones to get built. So if they can get into the side of my base, or the side of my fall pit, they can get through and get into my base at some point. So what I was looking at is actually I'll pick up the last of this before I leave. There is one of these rocks that I can actually dig down through. Nobody can see that I'm digging down through it, and then I can go down to, what do you call it, at the bottom. I'm having a mare. I can't remember what the name of the excuse me, the lowest point that you get down to is. So I need to... Nobody will ever know that I've been down there. Last point that you can dig to, I can't think what it's called. So what I need to do is go down to that point, dig into that, I'll show you along here. So this is my usual point of entry to the full pit digging. That one there should be about right. I should be able to dig straight down there, down to the lowest level, and then along and into here. I'll be able to block this up. Nobody will know that I'm climbing down in there. They may hear me, but they won't actually know I'm there. So what I need to do here is actually bust out this, because people can tell that you've actually been here. They can tell that you've dug through, and you can see through. There's a fine example. There's my forge right there. Not far at all. There's actually, I think, a third point here. So there, I'm going to fill in those 3 holes at some point. Let me just sort that out. 1, 2, and 3, and 3. See, nobody can tell that I've actually been down there. Along here I've got to do the same. This is where I dug down to identify where the edges of the building were, because I want ultimately to be the inside wall to be at the edge of the building. It isn't like that at the front, and I don't actually know why I did that looking back on it. I should have actually, but I've actually done it about the level with the steps at the front. So this is all a learning curve to me. A lot of trial and error. A lot of me basically making stupid mistakes. This here needs to be dug out as well. That is no good. They will know that I've been there. So I need to actually put back in grassy ground like this here. The grass will grow in it, and that will never be able to be identified as me having been there. So here again is one of the last ones. So obviously I need to make a bit more asphalt. I will go and do that once I have filled in this one hole. I'm probably going to need, I don't know, maybe another... They'll just think that a car was broken down there is what I'm thinking. Well, what I'm hoping anyway. Not that a car will be that close. Over here I think there's actually that there. So I need 2. 1, 2. I need 3 over there, which is 5. And that should be about it. So let's make another, say, 6 or 7 of those. Give me plenty. I've got no shortage of resources to be able to do this. So let's make another 5 or 6. So we'll call it 10. 10 total, so let's make another 9. I should have enough resources for it. Okay, so I haven't got enough resources, which means I need more oil shale, which I've got 6,000 of. That's not an issue. Oil shale is not a problem for me at the moment. So I'll get my oil shale, make another 9 of these. 9. That should be plenty. There now should be no shortage of asphalt for me to fill in the holes. I will also make, while I'm here, some grassy ground, because I haven't got a lot of plant fibre, but somewhere around I do have other plant fibre, so I'll take you. Should be enough at the moment. Over here in my other stash that I don't mind people finding because it's all access to requirements with me, I should have some more plant fibre. Maybe in this one here. Yes, there we are. So if I make, go to recipes, make some, okay, I'm a bit lost here. No, that's actually plant fibre, that retard. I actually need soil, or dirt fragments, and that will give me grassy ground. Let's have couple more of you. While I'm waiting, I'll go and dig this out. And then I'm really good to go when I want to put the soil back in here. Now, I suppose at the end of the day, somebody may notice that the ground's a bit lower here. It's just going to have to be a risk that I'm going to take. So there, here, two here actually. But we'll, actually no, I was right, there's only one, so there should be only just one here as well. This will cause them not to be able to tell that at least that I've filled in the ground around it with something different. Grassy ground up there. So we'll put you in there. You in there. Okay, so it's not ideal. It may yet turn to grassy ground, but if you look around, there's actually plenty of that type of setup anyway, so they're not going to know. I think they maybe suspect, and some of the better players will be able to tell that something's not right, but so be it. I'm not overly stressed. I will go and dump this stuff that I don't actually need in here, which is the topsoil and the plant fibres. I don't actually need that grassy ground anymore, so I can put the yucca juice back in there. And I'll go and pick up what's left of the, what's the time? 8:30. Hour and a half. So it's been a bit of a waste of a day, to be fair. I can't think of what I've done. Maybe I've gone and picked up some drops, done some other bits and pieces, but I actually haven't done a heck of a lot. So what I might do is actually go and grab my auger and do the entrance to the base tonight. No, actually, I'll leave that. That can wait till tomorrow. I will dig out this ground here, and I think it might be 3 holes, this one. Made a prick in me again. It's actually only 2. So let's fill that in now. 1. Try again. 2. Nobody would know that I've been there. Somebody just thinks that there's a car being broken down here, although a bit closer inspection will be able to tell them that it's actually not the case. Over here, nobody can tell that it's been there. Same as here. These holes have been filled in. They have started to turn green, so that is all good. Nobody can tell it's there, other than there is a bit of a depression there, and there would never be a car there, never. So a more experienced player will be able to tell that that's actually not right. There could have been a car here, but unlikely. It's too close to the building. So again, an experienced player will be able to tell that something doesn't quite make sense here. I don't think I've left anything in this pile, no. Let's go check the other couple of piles. I don't think I've got anything in them, so I don't think I'm too stressed about that. What I might do is go underground now and start digging for the night. Now the one thing I have noticed is when I rewatched my live stream that you can't hear me talking when I am augering. So I won't talk while auguring's going. I may stop when I'm not doing something, but I won't talk while I'm augering. So put you there, repair you, grab another one of you, put you down where I usually put you in that slot, grab some fuel, which is good that and also some hay bales. good that I grabbed some oil shale because I am getting a little bit low, other than my fuel, my gas drums, gas barrels. But I don't want to use them if I don't have to, so I think I should have plenty of fuel for a while, but I can always go back and get more oil shale. So I'll finish up here. I won't talk too much during this while there's noise because you literally can't hear me, so... Oh man, that's not good. I was so worried there that I was going to break a leg. I just really don't want to break my legs at the moment. It really is a nightmare. Jump from a distance, retard. Sure, I'm already up. Okay. Still a retard. That's not up for debate. It is a long way. You can tell by how far I fell into that once I only went a couple of blocks down, how far I actually fell before I hit the bottom. That is a long way down. Oh, gee whiz. This is not really going to plan at the moment, so what I might do is dig down on the one next to it. That will allow me to move across to the next one, and hopefully I'll sort out eventually, because I'm sick of doing this, but it will get worked out eventually. Let's see if third time lucky is the treat. So we'll start here this time. Try and hit the right edge, shall we? Really has not been a very productive first couple of minutes in the air. Sweet. So what I found, I think down here is there's a bit of lag. Oh no, that's good. Let me tell you a bit about my day today. I have found that, being the age that I am, I'm starting to put on too much weight, and I'm turning into a fat bastard, for lack of a better word. But, so this morning I decided to do something finally about that. I stopped dragging the chain and I went for a walk up the mount. I'll tell you more once I've done this little bit of a drop here again, so I'll tell you after I've done this. So I stuffed up there. I needed to repair this, and while I was repairing it I fell. What I should have done was actually dig a little bit, the last bit out, so it was flat rather than actually on a slight angle from not having completely destroyed the block. That's right, so as I was telling you, I live in a place called Mount Maunganui, and Mount Maunganui is probably famous for what's, I think it's been voted New Zealand's most beautiful beach, but it's got a number of reasons, but it's also famous for what its namesake, the Mount, and that is actually a mountain at the entrance to the harbour. It's not a very big mountain, it's more like a small hill really, to be fair, but everybody calls it the Mount. So this morning I went up the Mount, and to be honest, I almost died of a coronary going up, so I'll tell you a bit more after this. So I just put a couple of blocks in here, so if I fall, all good. But as you can tell, if you don't do a complete drop down, where the hell's that box? There. It actually takes a heck of a lot longer. So ideally, you want to go down one block the whole way. Obviously, with how I go, it doesn't always work out that way. But hey, maybe I'll improve to the point where I won't fall down. Oh, I've got hay bales here. I shouldn't break my leg so often from now on. Touch wood. As I said, I went up the mountain this morning and almost died of coronary. It takes about, well, it took me 40 minutes to get from top to bottom. Once you get to the point where you're reasonably fit, it usually takes around about 30 to 35 minutes. But at the moment, just looking for 40 minutes with it. I'll tell you more. Well, that's a pain in the ass. I didn't actually have that far to go on that one, but it's still going to be a bit of a pain. So, it's almost daytime, so I'll be able to do a little bit here. Actually, I don't think I'll do a lot here. I'll be able to tell you the rest of the story instead of breaking it. So as I said, I went up the mountain this morning. Anything I do, I basically go bullet to the gate. I'm unfit. It's been a couple of years since I've done any serious exercise. So why not? Let's go bullet the gate. So this morning I got to get out of bed at 5:30 and went up the mount. Came home, had some breakfast. Came home, had some breakfast, and went to work. Tonight when I got home I thought, right, I've got to do something a couple of times a day, because as I said, being a bull at a gate works better for me. It'll either work one or two ways. I'll end up with having a heart attack. It's been nice knowing all you people that come on my stream, if that does happen. Or I'll get fit a heck of a lot quicker. So tonight I went for a half an hour run, and when I say a half an hour run, I actually walked half of it and ran the other half, so it was a quarter of an hour run, really, in the whole scheme of things. But so I'm looking to get a bit fitter, lose a bit of weight. Going to Singapore in September to catch up with what will be my two sisters living there as of this Saturday coming, 3 or 4 days from now. My other little sister, both my little sisters, I'm the oldest of 4 children. I have a younger brother and then 2 younger sisters. My youngest of the 2 sisters I have has been living in Singapore for about 8 or 9 years now. And now the older of my 2 sisters, which is, as I said, still a younger sister of mine, is moving there in September with their family for work. I had a mare there, I didn't bring any petrol with me, so I'll leave you there. So I go to Singapore. I've been to Singapore, this will be my 2nd September in a row. I love Singapore, it's one of the best cities in the world. Lived quite a few places in the world, and Singapore is probably my favourite. Unfortunately, a previous indiscretions as a young bugger on the booze excludes me from getting a visa there, along with the fact that I wasn't intelligent enough and I didn't get a university degree, which are 2 prerequisites for, if anybody doesn't know this, for getting a visa. if it wasn't for those, as I said, I would live in Singapore, and it was something I considered. My sister suggested it to me. I'm very close with all my family, and very much close with my youngest sister. She's a great girl. I love her to bits. I love all my family. Brothers, sisters, parents, uncles, aunties, I love them all, but for some reason, my little sister Ding, I get on really, really well with. She married a great guy, Matty. He is a really, really nice guy. I couldn't be happier with my choice, my sister's choice of husband, and have him as a brother-in-law is very good. He's a great guy. I got on very well with him. We both support the Celtics. We both love our AFL. He unfortunately supports Essendon, whereas I support the Hawks. But that's an argument we have not as often because he doesn't watch it as much now that he doesn't live in Melbourne. But yeah, so I wanted to lose a bit of weight, I'm just wandering aimlessly here instead of doing things, which I should be, but let's get into something while I'm telling you the story. So I think what I need to do is actually make some steel arrowheads because I've got the horde coming up, what's it, 91, so we've basically got a day and a half anyway before the horde comes, but I want to get some steel arrowheads because I used a few of them in the last horde, so I can get those in the forge, sorry. So as I said, I wanted to lose a bit of weight, going to Singapore, turning into a fat bastard, not ideal, but currently 88 kgs. I will see how many does that make? I'm going a bit blind. 97 should be fine. And now I have no wood. Absolute retard. I have some in here though, that's good. I'll actually put some forged iron in there while I'm at it because it can't hurt. Let's get that going on. What did I do there? Did I just put it in the... God, there's something wrong with me. So I'll bring that over, split that in half. And realistically, 300 should be plenty for that. Or near enough to 300 anyway. Let's get the steel arrowheads going. That can be making up. I can make some more eventually, so that's fine. That's enough. There's no dramas there. What I'll do is actually dump you there and you there. Drink a few of you because I am down to 43%. Let's take... Probably going to take 3 more of these, isn't it? Now that the yucca juice doesn't appear to give you maximum 1 extra stamina into your health, I suppose it's not so important for me to make sure I'm at 100%, so it's just really wasting it to only use it for 10% or something like that, but don't worry about that, I've got plenty of yucca juice. So as I said, I think I'm going to build directly in line with this if we go south, is near enough to this rock formation here, and if I leap up on here, dig down there, dig down to, for the life of me I can't think what that's called, it will come to me eventually, down to as far as I can go and then across, I will meet up with where I am currently. Near enough to, or it might be 1 to the side or 2 to the side at the very max, but I'll be able to join up there. Then I can block that hole up completely and have this as my point of contact. Harder to find for people unless they actually see me physically go in there, so a bit safer in that regard. But back to my story anyway, so went for a run tonight, and yes, well, I know for a fact that I'm going to be sore tomorrow morning when I get up. I have sore legs, sore back. I'm going to get up and go up the mount again tomorrow morning. Let's see how that pans out. I'll be able to tell you tomorrow how that all pans out for me. Nothing in there, so I need to bring up that oil shale and start brewing some more. I won't worry about that at the moment. There's a couple of things I was thinking of doing today, and I can't remember what the heck it actually was that I was thinking of doing. But yes, I'll keep you all informed how my health, my weight loss and fitness regime is going. I think eventually I wouldn't mind, because the gym is about 3 doors down from where my work is, I would like to actually start going to the gym a couple of times during the day, maybe at lunchtime or something like that as well. So if I can go up the mountain in the morning, run at night and go to the gym during the day, it'll do one or two things. I will get very fit reasonably quickly. As I said, because I'm a bit older now, it doesn't happen as easily, or I will keel over and die. So let's hope it's the first one, but we'll cross. If it happens, as I said, it's been nice knowing all you hundreds of people that come on my broadcasts. I've had one view on my last video last night, which was my first one, and that happened to be me. I was quite interested to see how it all panned out and how I sounded. It's my first time streaming. Today's my second, but yesterday was my first time streaming. So I just wanted to hear if I sounded like an idiot, and that's how I found out, as I said, how I found out that while you're augering you can't hear a single thing. So that's why I don't talk while we're augering. At some point I'm going to break that down, which I'll do now. Throw that in my stash box. I was actually going to make a few. I will also make... I've got enough space down there I'll make a few more, what do you call it, concrete mixers? Cement mixers at some point. What I was going to do was actually, I was going to get that, wasn't I? So let's take the oil shale and go and brew that up in the... Where's my bike? It's over there. I'm running around like a headless chicken at the moment, and my bike, I could be using my bike to save time. I'll go and get this oil shale starting to get brewing. What's happening over here? See, that's gone from the brownie colour to the green. Happy with that. So now really, I thought for a second that was, didn't know that was block broken out there. Obviously a crawler did that. I started saying yesterday actually that I haven't seen a lot of, what am I doing here? I haven't seen a lot of zombies in this game. I haven't changed the settings, and I actually don't think I can change the settings when you go on multiplayer. It's pretty much set. Somebody might be able to help me out and put me right with that, but... So gas can. Let's put, I think I decided 21 in here. Is what gives you 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and I think it ends up 800. You can't make any better than that. So what I do there is that maximises the amount of wood I use. It's not a problem, but it's just something I like to get into the habit of not wasting if I don't have to. Now I was going to go and have a look at a couple of the hub cities and see where the stuff's respawned, especially the working stiffs, which is pretty much the only one I go to these days. I could go to the Shotgun Messiah, but a little bit pointless. All my weapons are reasonably high, in truth. I could go and take it so that nobody else could get them, but that sort of defeats the purpose as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a little drive, and I think I'm going the wrong way. I am going the wrong way. And really just go and head up rubbish bags, they're a little bit pointless really. How much food? I think I've got about 25 bacon eggs. But as I said in the last stream, which nobody was here, so none of you people that are watching this stream will remember that unless you, for some random reason, you watch it when it's not live streamed. I've got 200, I think it's 274 corn cobs, along with well actually it doesn't matter, so I think it's 290 potatoes. So I can make 274 along with 600 plus meat, raw meat. Here? Somewhere around here should be a man, because these are all not fertilizer deposits, and usually with a fertilizer deposit there isn't much distance between that and one of those zombie bodies, the blue ones, that can sometimes have reasonably good loot. For some reason there doesn't seem to be any around here. I may just be missing it, but have a look and see if I've collected these bags. I haven't, so let's have a look in these rubbish bags. I'm just going to go for a wander around. You do just pick up some random stuff. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's crap. Sometimes you get oil, which it isn't critical to me at the moment, but it is something I am looking for still. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Now that's that camp that I've been in probably 3 times in the last 3 days. I forgot about the drop. The drop is over by my base. It's just the other side of my base, so I'll pick that up later on. There's no dramas going for that. I'm just going to go for a run. As I said, I'm not picking up birds' nests. They're worthless to me at the moment. Okay, so I've been here. Let's just keep running that one as a research. See what that is. Corn seed, worthless. Nothing less than worthless. I sometimes hit up these. That's a bad example there, but these ones that have the sink, have a rubbish bin. Very checked, which means I've checked these. So they have the sink, which can have wrenches. I don't need any wrenches, you can see from my last, as I said, anybody that had ever watched my last stream, I got probably 30 wrenches of varying levels, and I think even 2 or 3 of them are 600s. I don't need wrenches, but hey, let's just go for a wander and just loot for the sake of it. I quite enjoy looting. I quite enjoy this because, as you can see, there's actually a fertilizer deposit here, and it's got 2 blue men, neither of which had anything with a pinch of shit. But you don't know that without trying. So let's have a search in these rubbish bags, which is always quite a few rubbish bags around these fertilizer deposits as well. I don't bother digging up the fertilizer deposits. I used to mark them and come back and dig them up, but it's kind of pointless as well, considering I've got a couple of chem stations and a shit heap of. See, there's a high level pistol. Worth money eventually when I can sell it, because I've sold so many that he doesn't want anymore. But hey, seeing a level, what was it, over 500 anyway, 528, there's nothing to really scoff at. Yeah, hey, 528 pistol. Most people in this game, especially the ones that use weapons a lot, which I've said before, I don't. I'm more of a melee weapon person. I use my sniper rifle during the horde, and I will use my sniper rifle if, with any luck, anybody decides to come on here and try and kill me. I would use my sniper rifle then to shoot from long distance at them. But that's really the only weapons I use. A lot of people say they use the AK-47. I personally don't. Splatters fire everywhere. I can just as easily kill a opposition player with my melee weapon. See, there, what did I find there? I found a 600 wrench. Nothing to scoff at. I'll probably have 3 or 4 of those now, but hey, so be it. I've got another one. Laugh at me if you want. I'm going to dig up this nitrate. Let me say that again. Around here there's probably going to be another blue man. There he is over there. A lot of rubbish bags already searched, which means he's probably been searched. Never mind. Let's go for another one this way. I don't remember everywhere I've been. Nobody in this game, especially in this type of biome, would be able to. There might be another blue man around here. Let's just pick up a few of these bags. Bit of glue. Can't complain about glue. Is that a note or paper? Paper. So, I don't use paper. I keep paper. Don't ask me why. I should really throw it away. But it's just something I keep. It goes in my ammo box. I never make shotgun shells. I've got probably 1,000 shotgun shells. Maybe not quite that many. Maybe 750, 850, something like that shotgun shells. So I don't need to make shotgun shells even if I was using them, which I don't. I can't find the blue fella. So wasted enough time searching for him. He's usually... Sometimes he can be buried in a change of level of the ground, but he doesn't appear to be around, so we'll scratch that one. I've checked both of these bags. Let's just head this way and see what we come up against. We're back heading towards the snow biome and the destroyed biome. I don't want to hang around here too long. Dogs give me the shits. Not only actually physically scare the crap out of me, but just in general give me the shits. They're overpowered. The burning fella trying to find me. Here he is. Let's go and kill him. Pop his head. Well, didn't pop his head, but hey. Talked myself up there and ended up failing dismally. I really need to get away from that destroyed biome if I can. The dogs, I think, can sense you from quite a bit further away, but they also give you a noise warning that they are chasing you if you do pick up on it. Gives you time to turn around, set yourself to fight them. Another thing is gunpowder. If I'm running out of space, I actually will drop my gunpowder on the ground. It's with the amount of nitrate and coal that I've got, it's excess to requirements a lot of the time. So I don't actually need to. It takes up a space. If I've got 40 or 50, yeah, I might keep it. I remember when I first started this game, I used to keep everything. You know, I was a hoarder. I'm a little bit of a hoarder in real life, not to the point where I'm from floor to ceiling got old newspapers, but I have got a lot of crap that I really need to get rid of, and sometimes every now and then I go through it and toss out stuff that's pointless. And then I'll keep stuff that I've looked at the last 5 times I've done that and haven't used it since the first time I went through everything. So realistically I should look at that and say, if I haven't used it in 15 years, what makes me think I'm going to use it now? But, so, back to the hoarding thing. I used to keep everything. I'm a little bit more wise in that regard now. as you can see, I'm keeping everything at the moment, but that's only because I've got a half-empty inventory. What's the time? 10 past 6. Plenty of time, wandering around still. When I get a full inventory, I will start dumping or scrapping a lot of the stuff. Things like feathers, of no real use to me anymore. I think I picked up another 500 from that stash that I had in the water at my first horde base. So I got probably, I think it's at least 1,000 feathers I've got at the moment. I'm not going to go through those in the next, I would say 4 hordes, at least 4 hordes. Let's just say for argument's sake 5 hordes. I'm not going to go through them. 5 sevens are 35 days. If in 40 days I'm going, oh, I've got a horde coming up in a few days, I need some steel crossbow bolts, but I've only got less than 100. All I need to do is come out here, run around, search the birds' nests, and I reckon within 15 minutes of searching for birds' nests, I will have well over 200. Excuse me. That was probably me quite noisy. I'll be interested to listen to my video after I stop streaming to see how loud that actually was, so I know for the future. So I can come out and I can grab probably 200, 300 feathers in about a quarter of an hour, I reckon. So that's why I would dump feathers in this situation. I don't check birds' nests for the same reason. I don't need eggs and I don't need feathers. Now at some point I'll probably make a prick of myself and check a bird's nest, but just forgive me. It's a lapse of judgment. I'll be off. My mind will be wandering, and I'll forget that I'm not checking them. As you can see, my inventory is starting to get up. It's actually full now, so I'll throw away that. I don't need the corn seed. I'll break down this arrowhead, the nails, throw away the glass pane, throw away the gunpowder, scrap the hat and the corn, throw away the mouldy bread, scrap the lead. See, now it gets me down to stuff that I'm looking to keep. Worst comes to worst, I can throw away the oil shale, I can throw away the Duke's tokens because I've just got so many thousand of those. I'm going to scrap you. Okay, so let's pick you up and scrap you later. Steel at the end of the day. You use it to upgrade blocks. I'm one of the opinion that you can never have too much steel. It's worthless going in the forge. I'm pretty sure they changed that setup. It used to last a lot longer, but now it seems to take a long time. I'll have another look for a blue man around here. No blue man that I can see, so we'll move on. But it looks like I'd searched that area anyway. I could be over ground that I've already searched, but only one way to find out. Just hope I take a path that I didn't take last time, or a direction that I didn't take last time. And that'll be right. I'm heading back to where I've already searched. What is the time? Eyesight's not as good as it used to be. Not getting any younger. I can't tell whether it's 18 or 19. I'm pretty sure it's 18. But never mind. It's over here. Oh, One of those bases. I don't think I've checked this one. Don't seem to be any zombies around, which makes me a little bit suspicious that I may have. I can hear something though. No, undetected. Let's check this. No way you won't pass up a first aid kit ever, that's for sure. See, I don't really need to be checking things like this either. Rubbish pile has been checked. Okay, so this tells me this has been checked as well. Okay. Pointless sort of stuff, all in all. Let's have a look at the car. The car hasn't been searched. It may just be respawning. Or the other option is a player that's been on this game, which there hasn't been a lot of players on this game. Maybe those 3 and maybe another 2 or 3 more. So I've come across a couple of them. There's a lady that comes on here. She said she was going to play more often, but you get that quite often. People come on and they start playing and they find other games to go on. Not everybody's on at the same time as me. I've said it before on my last stream especially, that being a Kiwi, there's only a few of us around and you're out of sync with a lot of the rest of the world. The UK's 12 hours behind you, so when I'm playing the game it's 8 o'clock at night, say here for example. I think it's almost probably closer to 9:30 here at the moment. It's 9:30 in the morning over there and most people have to go to work. Not everybody, but most people have to go to work. Or, as I said, in some retarded cases. I'm going to break down that and I can remake those eventually, but it all goes into your brass. I can throw away the wood. I've got that much of it, or I can get it that quickly that one isn't going to make a difference. I don't bother eating the food, it doesn't give me any extra life. Worst comes to worst, I'll dump it. Let's strip the shades. So it was 9. Now I need to make my way back to my bike. This isn't a bad area to be caught in at night. There's not a lot of zombies around. There's definitely worse areas to be caught in at night. I mean, the grass is pretty good as well. Snow biome's one that you can sort of... There's not a lot of zombies around, so getting caught at night in the open with a high level melee weapon, and I got what you can see there, I got 600 spiked club. You can fight your way out of it. Now my next concern is I don't actually know where my bike is. I think it's over this way. It has to be over this way. Rubbish piles while we're wandering in that direction. In a second I'll break down that brass because it'll all just go into one slot. Need a few free slots too. I won't pass up duct tape. I can make plenty of it, but hey, why make it if you can get it for free? Seem to be a long way away from my base. I probably wandered further than I actually realised. Somewhere around here, maybe one of those blue fellas. I'll spend a bit of time just having a quick gander. And yet again it makes a prick of me, so we'll move on. Now I'm pretty sure my bike is over here somewhere. Athletics level 76. Not really too stressed about that. What is the time? An hour and 10 minutes. I keep things like that because you can make mines out of them. I throw away the coffee beans. I'm not stressed about the one rotting flesh. There's enough spaces here, I don't really need to strip anything else down. Let's have a look at the map. Is that my bike over there? It's north of here or south of here, whichever you call it. There it is there. So let's mark you. And it's over there. Not enough time to get there. I'll go and chicken running away from me. Chickens are really one of the hardest things along with rabbits to actually hit. Once they see you or they sense you, they take off running, and I have a heck of a time trying to hit them. More brass. Who knows, it may come in handy later on when I have to make weapons, but currently I haven't even smelted any brass. I do keep it in that form if I can. Everybody sort of, well, most people will know that you get more brass from the forge if it's actually not scrapped down. So I don't think I need to tell you lot how to suck eggs. Maybe have got people, might have people on here eventually that are new to the game and are actually using it as a bit of a tutorial. Please, if you've got questions, let me know. I've been playing the game a couple of years now. I don't think I'm an expert at it by any stretch, but I have a fair grounding in the game. I think I'll probably do things a little bit differently to a lot of people. Chicken, and not necessarily correctly, but I think that's probably a big part of this game. There's no tried and true way of doing anything in particular. I mean, I see people running around and picking up single rocks. To me, that's just, honestly, after picking up my first 5 rocks and getting my first stone axe, I don't think I pick up a single rock. I break them down with my stone axe, or in this case, my steel pickaxe. Get a heck of a lot more than them, and you're not wandering around with the cursor on trying to get single rocks. See, to me that just really does seem to be a waste of energy. I watch videos and some people continue to do that. So that really just sums up this game. Do it your own way. Look at how other people do it. It might give you better ideas, a few ideas about what you could improve. That's definitely how I've improved my game over the last couple of years. How do I get a sniper rifle schematic? What would you have here? It's actually managed to. I don't need to read that because I'm already at max level for that. Let's throw away that oil shale. 3 is pointless. Human shit's pointless to me as well. I got that many of those. I don't need that as well. So I'm just going to scrap that down. Get rid of that. I should have enough spaces in there now to go and pick up the drop. Usually I like to be back at my full pit by night time. Gives me a full night's time's digging. But I'm gonna be... Oh shit. The zombie after me. Onto my bike and let's get the flock out of here. Go and pick up that drop. Don't get caught on a tree. Now I was noticing when I was watching my live stream on not live, as I said, I just wanted to check and see what I sounded like. See how I sort of came across. I tried not to be biased and think I sounded awesome. I'm probably more hard on myself than anybody else. I just really wanted to see how it sounded, whether it would be something that people would or could be prepared to listen to as a live stream. I don't And again, this is something I mentioned in my last stream, which was my first stream. I don't think acting like a fucking idiot, acting like a complete twat, is funny. Saying stupid shit and behaving like an idiot doesn't make you funny in my eyes. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make stupid noises and act all excitable and fakely just to try and sound funny. Now, if you're 10 years old, you might find that type of thing funny, but I think my target audience, for lack of a better word, is going to be a bit an older crowd, something that's slightly more mature. So I'm not going to act like a dick. I don't know how old some of these people are, but honestly, the way they behave, and maybe younger people do find it funny, but I'm not going to act like a dick like they do. And I'm not going to name names. They know who they are. And you know who they are. Now I got a sniper rifle that's, I think it's maybe only the second sniper rifle I picked up out of a drop. I haven't had a look to see what level it is, but we'll do that when we drop it back in my stash. I don't recall it looking very high level. Actually, no, it is the second one I picked up. My first one was a level 200 and something. A little bit worthless. I sold that to the trader as a whole item. It wasn't high enough level for me. My sniper rifle was level 540 or something, and I could make it 600 with the parts I've got at the moment. I've just been too lazy and really just getting the streaming set up. So anything lower than 500, and it will get to the point where, sorry, anything less than 400 I'm keeping at the moment, and it will get to the point where I'm keeping nothing less than 500, so anything purple, simply because I've got so many parts. I don't need to sell it, I've got so many tokens, I'm never going to use them all anyway, but so see, it's only a level 227, a little bit worthless. It's not worthless in the regard that I will be able to sell it. Let's read you. Let's see if you stack up on anything I'm putting in here. And the rest of it's just got to go in here. I will sort this out in the morning when I'm less under pressure to watch out for hordes of zombies. Nothing's hunting me. Let's go back to my bait thing over here and do a bit of digging. Not the time, just after the dot of one. So I've got a couple of hours that I can do a bit of augering. If I remember correctly, I didn't get all the way to the bottom of my last one either. So a fall would mean that I'll have to push to the right to miss falling onto the rocks. So I've got to keep that in mind while I'm doing this, but I'm not going to be talking a lot until I'm not augering, so we all know the reason why. Oh, you prick. I managed to leave the auger up in that box up there. That, folks, is the reason why you always leave the auger in one place. Now I've got fuel going on up there. That's will be finished by now, but I've got plenty of fuel to hold me over. It's not a major drama. In the morning I'll go and set up another 4,800 fuel. There's an auger, let's put you in there. So even noises like that scare the shit out of me now. I don't know where I don't think I'm a nervous person, but this game, honestly, when I first started playing it, those noises would make me get the cold shivers and really pack my undies. Now pack my undies is, you may be familiar with it. but it's basically shit yourself. And I would get the cold shivers and at any noise. I really was a bit of a pussy. Dogs and those noises still, to this day, give me the shivers. I think it's probably an enjoyable part of the game for that reason. I don't know whether it's going to cause me to... I'm already getting grey hair. Get grey hair even quicker. So it's not a matter As you can see, I fell down there. I'm having a bit of a mare over this last little bit of an area. Distance. Jump from a distance, idiot. So this one's not going to be a massive production of resources for me, or breaking down of a lot of stone either. So let's go back here and see how long this takes me to get through this. It's at least 2. Oh, I ran out of fuel. It is the reason I fell. So I'd still do some noob things, even though I'm no longer a noob. I can't even give that as an excuse. Stupid things. Almost done 1/4 of this inside wall. I think I've bitten off a bit more. A lot of people do. It sort of feels therapeutic to me, this grinding aspect. A lot of people find it boring, but I find it quite therapeutic. so I'm just going to get down to the bottom here. It's going to take me a little while, and that's just what it is. Let's look over here and see how far I've got to go. Oh, not too far. It's not great, but... Okay, so I've run out of repair kits, so I'll be busting this out by hand. I haven't actually got too far to go. Can't really complain. It's not too bad. But I need to bust it all out, because otherwise it'll be a pain in the ass later on. So we've got the Horde coming up today. It is now it's coming up in say 14 hours, I think it's coming. I don't know if I'm going to make the Horde in this stream. As I was talking about earlier, anybody that was on here, which was actually literally nobody, so nobody actually knows, I've started to get fit again. When I say I'm starting to get fit again, I started yesterday morning, went up the mount for the first time. It's a good cardio workout, because nobody will know, very few people will know what the mount is. But if you search, you Google Mount Maunganui, New Zealand, that's MOUNTMAUNGANUI, New Zealand. It should come up as a picture about what I'm talking about. So I'm starting to go up that mountain every morning. This morning was the first one. Tomorrow morning will be the second. I used to actually go up that mount back in the day when I was fit about 11 times a week, I would go up every morning, every night, and once on the weekends. And from experience, and I have got a lot of experience going up the mount, I've probably been up it, I would have been up it a few hundred times, I suppose, over the years. I've lived in Mount Maunganui now for about 11 years. I would have got up there probably a couple of hundred times in that time. It takes about 7 weeks of going up there before you don't feel like you're going to die of a heart attack, and that actually you start enjoying it. But I go like a bull at a gate, and people ask me what the hell I'm doing sometimes, but unless I do it in that way, as I said, like a bull in a gate, I don't actually, it just doesn't work for me. It's not the right way of me going about things. So I've got to go full on, or I find I just lose, I just won't do it. I don't know if anybody understands what I'm talking about, but that's generally how I work. My sister says I'm a strange one. Most people that know me call me strange, but she knows me as well as anybody. She married my best mate. She's, if you're watching back in this video, if you watch this whole stream not live, you'll know that I've talked about my littlest sister, the younger of my two sisters, and I've mentioned how I get on very well with my whole family. And I suppose, well, I was best man at my brother's wedding, so I obviously get on very well with him as well. And I get on with all my family. But sisters are something that's a little bit different. The older of my two sisters, and I haven't talked much about her, she's the one that's moving to Singapore on Saturday. She actually married my best mate. Well, I'm another strange one in that regard as well. I probably have 4 people that I count as best mates. I don't like to choose which one is the better mate, but I have 4 that I count as my closest mates. So there's my brother, goes without saying. We're a couple of years apart, but we've always got on really well. There's my brother-in-law, who's married to the older of my two sisters. Real good bastard, very mellow. Love him to bits. In that way that mates love each other. We just get on really, really well as well. So my older of my two sisters married my best mate, and that's good. A lot of people say that sounds weird. It doesn't to me. I would rather that my sister was with somebody that I've got a lot of time for. So further to that story, as it turns out, I was actually best man at my brother's wedding, and I was best man at my sister's wedding, and I don't actually think there's too many people in the world that can say that's ever been the case. But yeah, I was lucky enough to be best man at my brother's wedding and best man at my sister's wedding. And me and my sister get on really well, as I said, you know. She's awesome. She's she loves her piss. And for people who don't know what piss is, she loves to get drunk. She loves to misbehave. And we've done a lot of that. I went along with them to Hawaii a couple of years ago. It's probably coming up 3 years ago now, actually, for Mike's 40th, my brother-in-law's 40th. And we were out, and we met people out while we were out, because we're pretty sociable type of people. And they said, what a weird setup. You came on holiday with your older brother. And my sister looked at them and said, what's weird about that? They said, well, not many people can say that they'd go on holiday with their older brother. And I've said the same thing as I call her Kabumba. That's her nickname. The real name's Chanel, but I call her Kabumba. It's a term of endearment. She knows I don't call her in a spite. She calls me Popper or Whopper Chopper. Like most people, my nickname is Popper. Most people call me Popper, but very few people call me by my real name. And she said, and I would have answered exactly the same. She said it's not weird to me at all. She we get on. He's best mates with my husband. So why wouldn't we come away on holiday? We get on really well together. We enjoy socialising together. We have fun when we're drunk. It's not. It's more than a brother-sister relationship that we have. It's more of a friendship, you know. And I suppose I'm a little bit pissed off with some people's attitude in that regard. Too many people are worried about what other people think or things like that. If somebody's prepared to drink with me, prepared to take the time to drink with me, I will drink with them. No questions asked. If you're prepared to have a session with me and misbehave with me, man, I'm there. I'm there with bells on. Until you prove to me that you're a weirdo or we just literally don't get on, I will continue to drink with you. I don't actually know where this conversation was going at that point. When I walk back on the video, I'll figure it out. But yeah, so oh, now I'm stuck here. What the hell's happening here? Let's go upwards like that again. As I said, too many people have got a preconceived idea about what they should do. But back to, I think my point was that I got a lot of friends. I'm not blowing my own trumpet when I say that. I get on with most people. I love socialising. I love interaction. I love forming and maintaining relationships. That's what I call it. It's key for me. Let's get over here. Has that run out already? Jesus, midday already. So I said, I don't think I'm going to do the horde tonight. Oh man, I'm having up here. Let's go with that over there. Put you on there. Now I can hear zombies above me, and it's giving me the cold shivers. Sounds like there's a miniature horde. So let's make a few more steel arrowheads. How many can I make? I should be able to make so many. I don't need 500, put it that way. So let's make another... And then let's go up here and hopefully get out before they find us the entrance. See what we're dealing with. Okay, so it's a miniature horde. Let's go over here and start at the start. Not too hard killing these things. It really isn't. They don't go up through the side. Behind me, that's that fast lady. So, pop her in the head. Yes, sometimes she can give you good stuff. Didn't need that time, but hey, we'll forgive her. Missed her, killed her. Missed her, missed her, killed her. Not really much there either, but hey. Just about hit me, didn't you, lady? Didn't kill her because she was too high. I just hit her in the head. Oh, she's going to hit me. No, she missed me. That's fine. Let's loot here. 1 ammunition. Oh, for awesome. I think I've actually... Oh, I haven't looted that one there. So, I mean, that was a miniature horde. I think there might be some crawlers around somewhere. Let's see if we can find them. There usually are a couple of crawlers a little bit behind. Let's side here, doing his own little fucking circuits. Around the corner, doing whatever, and once someone hit me from behind. What the hell hit me from behind there? Was there lag? Well, that sucks, because there was actually lag there that got me and actually caused me to lose one maximum point. Okay, so there's no crawlers. That's actually the first mini horde that's come through here for a long time, so let's go down and pick up these steel arrowheads. It's 147. Where's this bloody drop? It's way down over there by where I'm actually going to spend the horde, which is actually just there, so I'll pick that up on the way through. We don't need to get that right now. What I will do is mark it, so when I come back tomorrow I will know where to go. So what I do is I usually save it with that symbol there as all my unpicked up drops. Oh, I was going to go down here and get mine. Ooh, I'm actually out of food. So let's enough 2 foods. I still haven't got an extra at that time. I should get one more hopefully, which I did. So let's go and put these back in here. You and you, you and you. Put you down there. As you can see how I've got my my toolbar is what I call it. I'm not sure whether that's actually the right word for it, but that's how I have my toolbar set up. That's how I've always got it set up. A little bit of variance with whether I have a knife there or a wrench. I generally don't have both at the same time. I'm trying to think what I usually have in that slot. I'm actually going to take a bit of wood to make up some steel crossbow bolts. As I said, I'm really just getting ready for the horde, which is coming in about 6 hours. No, let me make that 7 hours. Yeah, 7 hours. So I'm just getting ready for that. It's not too stressful. Should be no reason why I don't kill 80 or 90 zombies. Now, why have I got the feathers in there? All my feathers down here, are they? So I'm going to make up a heap of steel crossbow bolts, all ready for the horde. Let's put the ammunition in there that I don't actually need, which is those there. And actually, I'll spend this time sorting out the shambles that I call this couple of boxes up here. First things first, I'll dump all the stuff in there and I can sort it out as I go through. Itchy nose. What I generally tend to do here is I go through and I take you out of there, put you up there anyway. First of all, go through and pick out items that go in the same box. So you, go in the same box. Let's see if there's anything else that goes in that box as well. Yeah, you, and you go in the same box as well. I will have to come back probably and get, I'll get this wrong, along with you and you. So that goes in this box down here. This box is getting full. I am going to run out of space in this eventually. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. First of all, I'll put you down in here because this is where I keep that stuff that's ready to go for when I head out. I've got my crossbow, reasonably high enough level, I'm not too stressed about that, I don't think. So those 4 items are all it will be 5 items after I finish with the crossbow bolts. So next, this stuff is going to be sold when I next go to the trader. Everything in this box is going to be sold. Yeah, you, but what I will do is strip the ammunition out of it first. That's going to be sold. It's worthless to me. It's not high enough level. There's no high level parts on it for me to worry about stripping out. So you're getting sold. I'll keep you. I think it's not really required, but I'm not going to sell you because you're over 400 at the moment. You're also getting sold as well. So that'll be the next box I go to, which is over in the other stone, over here. What's the time? 7, sorry, let me rephrase that, it's 5 o'clock. Dump you in there, you in there. So that's my cement and my stuff to be sold box. What do I have in here? I can't actually recall. So you can go to there, jump up here, and I shouldn't be kneeling because it's easy to jump when you're not. And I think I'll probably just take most of the stuff out of here now that's not supposed to be in this box. There's all stuff like this. I'm going to leave those engines there. I'm actually going to leave both the concrete mixers there as well, because I am going to make those concrete mixers again eventually, and I'll get the extra parts that I need for that when I actually need them. So you. So I've got plenty of time. I'm not too stressed about time at the moment. A couple of wrenches to go in there. Ammunition to go there. And weapon parts, of course, as well. Ammunition to go in here. So you take you back. Oh God, lag. You, and you. I think is all the ammunition I have in there that's needed. Yeah. Wrong box, clown. I wonder if everything's going to fit in here. So you. It doesn't need to be in there. This over here can go over to its box that it's supposed to be in, which we all now know is where I keep my notes and my missions, or my treasure maps and my missions. What did I come over here for? I don't actually know. Why? Okay, I was going to put that there, that's right. So I think everything here is sorted out of its incorrect boxes. Yeah. You have to come out though. Let's sort you out so you're at the top. Oh jeez, my drink almost finished. So I will get another pack of those. I'm going to throw this down in here, I think. Will you go? No, you won't. Let's stick it over in this one. There's plenty of space over here. Yes, there is. So let's get some yucca juice. A pack of yucca juice. Drop you in there. And this stuff goes in the... Anybody that comes along can loot box is, which for the people who haven't been on my stream before is over here. This basically is where you come into the game and you find these, take whatever you like. If you feel like being greedy and taking everything, do so, please do so. So I'm going to keep the asphalt in a different box actually, because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick the asphalt over here. So that took me longer than I thought. What I'm going to do now is shoot back, get the weapons, quit the game because, don't go down that hole, whatever you do. I have actually only got 2 hours to get to that spot. 2 hours is plenty of time, that's not a drama, but came around a bit quicker than I expected, so I will grab my weapons. This box here. Bang, 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 bang. I've got first aid kits. While I'm here, I'll actually set them up how I want them in my toolbar, which is like this. And then basically I'm good to go when the horde comes. I'll go and pick up this drop. I wasn't going to, but it's just going to be the way it works out. I'm coming up to 2 hours streamed. Went a heck of a lot quicker than I suspected. It's after 10 o'clock, I think. It must have to be after 10 o'clock. But that went really quick. I can't believe I did 2 hours streaming then. I'm kind of thinking, depending on how many people eventually start watching my stream, this is a little bit boring for people to watch. There's no real value in this to people. I think as much like I enjoy during the game playing from a start, you know, where you haven't found anything, all life's all a bit harder. I think if I start getting some watches, I will start. Actually, what I'll do here first is take that marker off that I put on, which is that one there. Remove marker, and I think, I'm incorrect. Let's jump off. Mark that so I can go to that. I will jump up on the wall. Something behind me. Those noises still give me the shivers. So what's the time? 20 past 8. Horde obviously comes at 10 o'clock. So I've got plenty of time. I'm just going to go over here, set myself up, jump up on the wall. If I come back tomorrow and I've got half an hour to run around and try and find loot, which I don't think I will actually. I've just literally cut it too close by the time I get there, and it's going to be, I ran over a zombie without knowing it was even there. Basically going to be an hour. So there it is. This is where I'm going to hold out the horde. I've got us some ladders. I can jump up on this wall, run, and that's how you make an idiot of yourself. You can run along the wall. There's some zombies inside, obviously, but this is where I'm going to quit. So, see you all at my next live streaming, hopefully, because literally I've had nobody get on so far. But hey, it'll happen eventually. People will hear about me. Good night.